Hello and welcome back to the show. So it's pretty hot down here in the South, and we got a little hurricane hitting. I think it's hitting Texas, actually. We're pretty safe in Louisiana. Um, and I am home for a few days. So I have been getting things organized and working on this topic that I'm going to talk about today. So grab a paper and a pen. You're going to want to take some notes and do these little exercises with me. So first off, let's just hit the topic from the get-go right now. Are you ready? We are talking about how to create more confidence. Would you like to create more confidence? This is something that I see so many new business owners and entrepreneurs deal with. They will ask about imposter syndrome and getting more comfortable on camera and making offers and selling. But guys, it boils down to your confidence, the self-confidence. And one thing you can look back on is kind of backtrack how it has been most of your life. Have you been one of these naturally confident people, or have you just kind of sat back and kind of inched your way into trying to feel more confident? Do you have to make this happen? Do you have to create confidence, or are you naturally confident? So I'm going to talk about it in the perspective of your business, being able to represent yourself, grow your social media, grow your audience, your following, and sell more clients. So first off, this is the very first thing you need to write down. You need clarity. You need to know who you are in the business market, like who you are in your specialty and who you are in your identity. Do you know who you are as an individual, as a business owner, as a coach, a healer, a wellness practitioner? Can you write a paragraph around what qualifies you? Who are you? What is your experience? What is your knowledge? Like what have you worked on from your own personal growth? What do you know about what you do and who you are as a person, as a friend, as a mother, father, husband, wife, neighbor? Who are you? Are you clear around what you represent, what you believe in? What do you do on a day in and day out basis? And does that align with what you say you believe in? In other words, if you're someone who believes in discipline and commitment, do you have discipline and commitment? Is it part of your everyday activity? So the very first step is getting really clear about who you are, what you believe in, and what you do that represents that. Do other people see that you're doing what you're saying? So step one, get clear. Next, don't make claims that aren't true. You will not have confidence if you haven't done it and you're saying that you know how. It's imposter syndrome comes from that. So whenever someone asks me the question, how do I get over imposter syndrome, I'm feeling like afraid and I'm like shaking and I'm so uncomfortable. And I think this is imposter syndrome. Guys, if you are offering to help someone do something that you know how to do because you have done it yourself, you have become trained and skilled at doing it, you're not going to have imposter syndrome. So the way to get over that fear and doubt that you can or can't do it, that you're afraid to say it, is to live it. Live it, become it, breathe it, become a master of what you are claiming. Like, I can't believe how much I hold myself back in the business world whenever I look back at, I have been in business for 30 years. It's almost kind of crazy that I would have any lack of confidence. I put my own money into a building, into licenses, into like we built the building, we invested the money, and I put in the years. I have documentation of the clients I have served, of the money I have made, of the things I have sold. Like I have evidence I'm still in the building, and I cannot believe how much I lack in confidence of boldly saying that I can help you grow your business, whether it's service-based, healing-focused, mind-body work, coaching. I can help you grow your business. I have done it every year for 30 years. Like, if I'm really clear about what I have done, which is why you want to do exercise number 1, and I write down all of the things I've done, all the people that I've helped, all the services that I've sold, all the money that I have made, all the things that I have delivered on, the people that I've hired, the things that I've tried, I am going to be clear and confident that I can do it for someone else. But if I let what anyone says get in my head, I will become unsold. And that is because I have this fear, I guess you can say, of being dishonest or of offering someone like the pathway and then they don't do it. And I know that's not my responsibility, but it makes me super uncomfortable. So I would ask you to question that when it comes to your confidence in your skill set. Is it about you knowing what to do, not doing, you've done it already, you're highly trained in it, or have you worked with people who haven't gotten the results and that somehow unsold you? Because that will happen over time. You will not get 100% success rate. That's nearly impossible. Even though your content is really good and your process is proven and it has worked for you and tons of other people, there are still going to be people who can't do the work, who won't do the work, and who don't have the willingness to change. It's just how it is. So you have to do your work in not getting unsold. So being really good at what you do and someone else guaranteed to get the results, 2 different things. Got it? We cannot control other people, but you can control your confidence level. You can continue to train and get results and live the exact path that you're telling other people to live, but you got to be doing it yourself. So the way to overcome imposter syndrome and lack of confidence is quit saying you can help someone do something that you haven't done. Got it? That's like really, that should have been number 1. But I think being clear about who you are, what you've done, who you've helped, what your desire is, what your mission is, and then what qualifies you being second. So first list is the clear about who you are in all areas of your life, what you do, what you offer. And the second is what qualifies or quantifies this, and what proof and evidence do you have that you are capable, that you have done it. And that could be proof from yourself or from your clients. And be sure that you do not get unsold because someone doesn't get the results. Some people will never, they will never go all the way. They will never reach their potential. Some people will never, because the disbelief is stronger than the desire. And if their disbelief is stronger than their desire, they probably won't make it to the the vision. They probably won't make it to the finish line in what they desire to do. So an example of that is I want to help 1 million people, preferably families, improve their life through holistic wellness. I don't actually believe that I will know 1 million people and help them personally. I don't believe that. But what I do believe is that I can represent the holistic healing space. I can offer a platform. I can train practitioners. I can help them with their business. I can help them with their coaching skills. I can help them become a better practitioner and a better individual. I can help them self-master. Like, I am so certain that I have the tools to do this. It is a proven process. It has done 190-degree change in my own personal life. And I don't even know if 190 is right. Is it 90 degree? Anyway, I have helped many, many individuals. So I know that if I train more practitioners, they will be able to help that many more individuals. And so my mission is to help 1 million people through the efforts of collaborative action. That means myself, people that I train, people that I help, that I do things with, we do it together. It is a joint effort. Now, if I'm really clear about that and I'm really confident that I can find thousands of practitioners to help me do that, I'm going to have clarity, I'm going to have confidence, and I'm not going to be sitting in imposter syndrome because I am certain that there are enough individuals for us to do that together. But whenever I say I'm going to help 1 million people personally, yeah, imposter syndrome. Yep. How? Oh, like I don't even know how to grow my social media to multi-millions, much less like impact millions. Does that make sense? So getting really clear on what it is that you want to create, the mission that you want to achieve, the purpose that you want to fulfill, get clear on that first. And then who you are as an individual and what is your skill set. And then work through anything that is counter that. So anything that can get in the way, any misinformation, any indoctrination, any past experiences that don't support it, maybe people who have unsold you, maybe that little voice in the back of your head from grade school being picked on by others, maybe it's a sibling or a parent who couldn't see you, or like very often we knew early on that we had something to deliver, that we were bringing something to the world. I do believe all of us can do that, but I think some of us felt that stronger at an early age. And if ever you have voiced it and someone laughed at you, ridiculed you, told you that was crazy, that little voice probably needs to be integrated. That experience needs to be felt, and then you need to move on from it. So that is the third way to get rid of the lack of confidence and to create more confidence is identify the voice, the unselling, the misinformation, the inaccurate data that you have been given that is recorded in your mind and body. If you're willing to sit with it, to recall it, you just bring it forward. You allow it to come in, you listen to the voice, you feel it in your body. You only need about 90 seconds to do this. And you remember the moment maybe where you said it and you got ridiculed, you got laughed at, you got told that you were wrong, or it was inappropriate, or you talked too much, or you shouldn't know it all, like you need to be quiet and give other people a chance. If you were told any of those things, I promise you, this is affecting you today. And so see if you can recall it. Just listen to the recording, allow the discomfort to come in, to penetrate through the cells. Take a few deep breaths. Notice it, let the story completely play out where you feel it all the way through. And then just move your body. You might feel your spine releasing. Mine just did all the way down because I just recalled an incident whenever I was in, I don't know, 4th or 5th grade. I remember someone saying something. I remember the shame that I felt and how closed off I had become. And I remember being quiet after that. So I didn't raise my hand again. I didn't speak again. I was by myself for recess. And so the few seconds that I just went through this with you, I went through that experience again. I processed it. I felt it all the way through. And then in that release, the breathing and the moving, it left my body. And so therefore, the imprint that it had on my mind, the belief that it had in my mind left with it. And now I'm able to plant a new belief. I'm able to see a different vision. I'm able to recognize that I don't need that to go away. I just need it to have been integrated and experienced all the way through. And now it is complete. Now that I have handled that, I can decide my desire is greater. I can decide that my desire is worth it. I can decide that I can have the desire and I'm willing to move through the changes to get it. And that's the only difference, is those who decide that they want it enough to follow through with the desire, or those who decide that the limiting beliefs and the old stories, the old paradigm and imprints are more powerful. That's it. That is the difference between creating more confidence or being in the lack of confidence. All right, so I'm going to repeat it and then end it. Number one, get really clear on who you are as a person, what you want to offer, what you do. Number two, what makes you the person who could do that? Why should they choose you? Why should they believe you? Are you doing it? Do you have a learned skill and are you practicing it yourself? And number three, find the voice in your head or the reason why you don't think it's possible. Find what the disbelief is, the inaccurate information, the incorrect data. Find out where and when. If you need help, you can hire a coach to do that with you. It's a fairly easy process. We do it in integrative mind body coaching all the time. And it's not something that you're like, it's not one big incident. These are just a bunch of little incidences. We call them trauma. Trauma is just a disconnection from safety. It was a moment in time where you felt shame or you wanted to hide or you were afraid to speak up. And instead of crossing it all the way through, you just left it undone. So we want to come back. We want to complete it, finish it. It takes a few seconds. That's it. And then you want to move on with the new. Got it? All right. I hope you wrote all of that down or you come back and listen to this again. We have a new school community that's called Holistic Wellness Community. And this is for anyone who is interested in holistic wellness modalities, that wants to grow a business, that is a coach, a wellness practitioner. If you are an acupuncturist, massage therapist, mind, body, energy worker, this is for you. We plan on growing this thing internationally, and it's going to become a resource where you can find services and trainings and just a huge variety of different modalities. And we are vetting practitioners. And there is a way that you can actually use this as networking and presenting and positioning yourself as an authority in the community. And so there is a process to do that, of course, but we would love for you to join us. So we'll put the link in this at the end of this episode to come to the Holistic Wellness Community on the school, SKOOL platform. And if you want to create your own school, send me a private message once you get there and I'll help you do that. All right. Have an amazing week creating more confidence. Now you have the path. All you got to do is put it into play.